Miliarium and Agarian City takes the initiative in contacting land, inviting envoys from Iberia to the sea. In order to resolve the seaborne issue, Aegir plans to open a waterway to connect the ocean and dry land. At the same time, Upyenus appears in a nearby stretch of sea. The Iberian mission and the Abyssal Hunters arrive at the underwater city of Miliarium. Jordi and Irene find themselves in a strange environment and civilization. Scotty and Spectre take the doctor around the city. Consul Claymantia meets with Glad. I in private. Irene encounters the Sea Patrol and assists with the investigation of a missing data scientist. Irene accompanies Secunda in the investigation of a missing data scientist. Meanwhile, Glad IA faces the tribunal at the Sophon Theatrum to address the irregularities surrounding the Abyssal Hunters. In the midst of it all, Upyenus quietly appears by the doctor's side. Glad IA proves the innocence of the Abyssal Hunters with the help of their former technical advisor Blandus, but suspicions around Upyenus remain. Secunda and Irene uncover that the disappearance of the data scientist may be linked to the Church of the Deep. When a squadron sent to place a beacon at a seaborne nest is attacked, the Abyssal Hunters launch a rescue mission. Secunda and Irene trace the data scientist's path to the city's previous stop, only to discover she is likely dead. The squadron sent to deploy the beacon was destroyed, and the Abyssal Hunters save only a few survivors. Secunda learns unexpected details about the missing data scientist, shedding new light on the case. The battlefield situation has suddenly shifted, and despite their lingering doubts, the three Abyssal Hunters become part of the waterway program at Consul Claymantia's behest, formally joining the battle. To help the Abyssal Hunters recover quickly, Advisor Blandus once more performs surgery on them after many years, but the Church attacks soon after. Meanwhile, Secunda encounters Upyenus outside the data scientist's refuge. The scientist left behind some final clues, but had already become a seaborne. The doctor shows up at the Abyssal Hunter lab and maneuvers around Advisor Blandus to uncover what the Church is plotting with the waterway program, while helping Upyenus infiltrate the lab for his own investigation. Secunda interrogates a cultist who attacked the lab. After their surgery, the Hunters leave the city. Upyenus tells the doctor more about the operation that first slew his Harmlaw. Jordi helps Upyenus send a warning to the Abyssal Hunters from the tower. Their beacon planted, the Hunters are ready to return when they are swarmed. Meanwhile, above the tower, the seaborne begin to seep into the city through the dome. With the legions providing cover, the Abyssal Hunters penetrate into the nest to plant the final beacon. Upyenus continues his search for the truth, while the doctor finds Consul Claymantia and grills her on Aegir's plans for the Hunters. In Miliarium, Upyenus breaks into the control room in the beacon tower. Confronting the once loyal friend who now seeks symbiosis with the seaborne, Upyenus sentences him. The seaborne infiltrate the beacon tower. Mutation erupts throughout the city. Consul Claymantia pulls the entire population together to respond to the cataclysm and escorts the doctor and cults it to the port. However, they run into an unexpected enemy, a fully seaborne-assimilated Aegir, a researcher of prehistoric civilization who went missing centuries ago. The mysterious seaborne descends on the city. Kal'tsit and the others learn of the Church of the Deep's origins, and more of the truth behind the seaborne. Glad I hastens for the city, but fails to save Upyenus. He has already separated the tower-turned-nest from the city, and sunk with it into the abyss. Miliarium's remaining city units reorganize themselves into a great wall, stopping the tide of seaborne coursing towards land. The waterway program may have failed, but Aegir's waterways open up once more in an unprecedented manner. Miliarium reconnects with Aegir's home territories. Glad IIA's mother uses a remote connection to discuss an alliance between land and sea with Consul Claymantia and Kal'tsit, but the outcome is by no means satisfactory. The mysterious seaborne meets Scotty before its departure, eating between the two as harm loss. Aegir broadcasts their declaration across the entire continent of Terra. Upyenus intercepts the seaborne, the formal researcher of the prehistoric civilization. To discover the truth, and to save Aegir, they perhaps will truly walk together.